What is up, everybody? Welcome
brother, this guy stinks!
back to another video. In today's video, we are going to be discussing some of the recent takeaways that I have from just a few people on the Detroit Lions, like Bevell and a couple of players, from what they said to the media recently. So let's get it started.
You know, I got to shout out DoseOfDion, man, because it was actually the first time I went live on YouTube. And, you know, guys don't know DoseOfDion. He put out a lot of good content for the Detroit Lions.
Welcome in, everybody, to another video. Glad you guys are here, and I thought there was some really interesting information here about the running back position. Also, just a couple of quotes from some players on our team, including Matthew Stafford and TJ Hockenson. Plus, Matt Prater was named the NFC Special Teams Player of the Week. Shout out to Matt Prater. That's how you bounce back. That's how you bounce back after 2 long misses. You go out there and you win the NFC Special Teams Player of the Week. But where's the love for my guy Jack Fox? Like where's the love, man? This is the best punter in the league. Maybe he'll win some award at the end of the season. Will he make the Pro Bowl? He should. He really should. Anyways, keep it up, Jack Fox. You're doing your thing. Now, this is just one thing from Bevell that I definitely wanted to touch on. Also, before we get started, shout out to my guy in the comment section of my last video. I said, hey, remind me. This was in my game plan video. Go check it out if you have not. But I said, remind me to get a marker. My marker is trash, as you guys can see. And he reminded me in the comment section. I screenshotted that one. Thank you. Thank you for that. Now, let's get into today's video. Okay, so we got to hear from Bevell recently to the media. This wasn't super recent, but it was pretty darn recent. Like, it wasn't 5 minutes ago, but it was pretty recent. And Bevell discussed kind of the running back position, the depth chart, because after the Cardinals game, there was a lot of questions. Now, I didn't question it too much because, well, we won the game, and I thought the game plan was really, really good. But at the same time, there are some questions about, you know, who's getting the touches, because it seemed like for the first couple of weeks, it was really kind of hard to understand who was actually the number 1 running back. And actually, one of the interviews that I did, I believe this was before the Cardinals game, he asked me who the number 1 running back was, and I was like, I really don't know. I think it's Kerryon. I remember before the season I thought it was Kerryon, but it was kind of hard to really tell who the true number 1 running back was. It seemed like Lions were doing things by committee, and, you know, we were getting a really good mix there. It was like Peterson versus the Packers, and then Kerryon comes in and he does his thing. We're seeing Swift. And then last week, all of a sudden, we just see pretty much all Adrian Peterson. We see Kerryon Johnson just not getting touches, and then we don't see Swift nearly at all. So we got to hear from Bevell, and he discussed kind of the running back position, and he said this. He said, we're trying to put our running backs into the best positions to be successful. Of course, that's what you have to do. You play to their strengths. You put them in the best positions to be successful. It just makes sense. He also says that he wants to get DeAndre Swift more involved. When he got that one play, he was explosive, he made a grab, and he made a great run after the catch. And that's where DeAndre Swift can be great, especially right now. Like, he is still a rookie, and I get it, he was a second-round pick, he's a high pick. He is still a young player, and I'm not saying that that's, you know, any reason to say that he shouldn't be getting more touches, but we do have a deep running back group, and where Swift thrives, what he gives us that no other running back really does give us at that high of a level is his ability to catch the football out of the backfield, line up as a receiver, and make plays. So yes, even though he is a running back, that is where we can use him, and that's where he's very successful, because we don't have a running back that's as talented as he is when it comes to being able to line up like a receiver. He's kind of like our little Alvin Kamara, and he's just slowly, you know, kind of working into things. He's only played a few games, and with the Lions running back depth right now and what they've gotten from Adrian Peterson and what they already had in Kerryon Johnson, it's going to be tough to kind of crack that. I mean, we have Ty Johnson, who we haven't even seen yet. This guy wasn't even active, and he was healthy, just because the running back group is kind of deep here. Bo Scarborough, he's coming back off on IR, so who knows, you know, what's going to go on there. But I understand why he has limited touches. It would be nice to see him more, especially, you know, when we go to passing downs, but I think we will. I think it's going to be game by game. It's going to depend on the game plan and the situation you're in, right? When you need to pass the football, when it's in obvious passing downs, that's when he's got to be on the field and he's got to be out there making some plays. Now, what Kerryon Johnson also gives you, obviously, in the passing game is his pass protection, because he is the best pass blocking running back in the NFL. And that's not just me saying it, that's PFF saying that, okay? That's just watching the film and learning that this guy is an absolute monster when it comes to pass blocking. But he also said this: Adrian Peterson is a freak of nature. I don't know where his wall is, but he keeps asking for more carries. Now, you have to love that out of a player, right? You always want your player to say, hey, I want more. Give me more. Feed me, right? I'm feeling good. We're good. And he's 35 years old. This guy's getting 20-plus carries. It's like, whoa, wait, hold up. Should he be getting all these carries? Well, we signed Adrian Peterson. I didn't know how big of a role he's going to have, and it seems like he's going to have a pretty darn big role. But I also can't fault him for that, because Bevell is trying to, you know, make a run game happen over here. And even though last game maybe it wasn't his best, especially in the second half, he has been pretty darn consistent. He's reliable, and he's getting the job done. He is still averaging well over 4 yards per carry, and the Lions historically just haven't had a run game. So when they find someone like this, they're kind of leaning on him to be that guy as of now. And they've seen, you know, consistent play out of him where they're like, okay, we can rely on him. And if Adrian Peterson keeps winning more carries, well, then you give him the carries. Now, I would like to see Kerryon Johnson on the field more. And if you guys do go check out my game plan video, you'll know I want Kerryon Johnson on the field because I like his ability to pass block. And I also would like him to get some more touches, possibly, just to kind of mix things up in the backfield and keep the defense guessing a little bit, okay? Don't make it too obvious when he's on the field. And now, I also can't fault him for making Adrian Peterson number 1 because Adrian Peterson, in my mind, should be the number 1 running back. And right now, the depth chart seems to look like Peterson, Kerryon, and Swift. But it's not a bad thing that Swift isn't getting the biggest role right now because, like I said, it's going to change game to game. And also, remember, Adrian Peterson is 35 years old. He's on a 1-year deal, okay? So not only for this year, but for future years, Swift is the future. So it's okay to slowly work him into it. We've had young running backs deal with injuries. If we don't have to mess with that, we don't have to. Now, if you're losing because you're not giving him touches, that's a problem. But if it's working, your game plan, you're sticking to it, it's working, you're not having to give him tons of carries, then that's good for the future because you're able to keep him rested up. Plus, the running back position is going to deal with injuries. As much as I hate to say it, there's a very good chance that at some point, something's going to happen. So you're going to have these guys ready. So it's good to have the depth. I'm okay with Peterson being the number 1. I would like to see these other two get involved, but I did want to touch on that a little bit, just what he has said about the running back position. All right, now, TJ Hawkinson, he was in a little bit of a media conference today, and he said that his front squat was 415 pounds. I'm like, what in the 400? That's like 4 of me, dog. 400 pounds? Okay. Okay, that is pretty darn crazy. We know he's bulked up, but that's very bulked up. Now, apparently Dave Burkett also said that he did that just only one time. I believe him, okay? Of course. Dude, David, have you seen the guy? Have you seen the dude? Of course he's doing that. And also Matthew Stafford, when he was asked who was the best high school quarterback out of Texas, which was kind of a weird question, Matthew Stafford said it was Chase Daniel. Now I gotta love the answer. Chase Daniel. Now he did say that, he grew up watching Chase Daniel, and they've discussed that before. But yeah, man, I like that. I like go in house. Chase Daniel. Yeah, shout out to you, Chase Daniel. Give me something for that. No? Okay, right now we still don't have any updates on 2 transactions the Detroit Lions are going to make or have made to make available for guys like Michael Ford and potentially both Scarborough and Jaron Kearse to return. We've discussed players that could be. We just haven't got any information on who those guys will be, and at this point, maybe they just haven't decided yet. Now, with both Scarborough, the guy could potentially stay on IR if the Detroit Lions want to. Like we said, Ty Johnson not even getting carries, so you really don't need him. Now, the one thing I will say is that from my knowledge, if you keep the player on IR, basically you can do that. You just can't sign a free agent, so you can't bring in a different random free agent. So that's to my knowledge, what that basically is for potentially a guy like Bo Scarborough if you want to keep on IR. I guess potentially the same thing with Michael Ford. I did see a post on Twitter. I don't know if it was actually his account. It was only like 900 followers, so I'm thinking it wasn't. It said control what you can control. I don't think that was Michael Ford's account, but it could have been. I don't think it was, but maybe it was. I don't know. But that was like 6 hours ago. And then Jaron Kearse, we do have an update on Kearse. Kearse was practicing today. We don't know if he's going to play this weekend. I don't know. I mean, it's a lot to probably make up for, to probably catch up onto, and, he hasn't been on the field this year. So maybe they don't, and if they do, maybe it's a very small role, and they try to kind of, slowly push him into things. But he's been in the NFL before. He's not a rookie, so maybe he is prepared to go. I'm not sure. It depends on how much the Lions think they need him in this game. If the Lions really think they need him, then they'll probably let him go. If not, they may just be like, okay, you know what, we don't really need you, or we're just going to play you a very little bit, head into the bye, we'll get you caught up on everything, and then you can be going, then we can get going for after the bye. So as of now, man, we really don't know about the 2 other players and what the Lions are going to do with transactions to, allow these players to come back. Like the players that we talked about to keep an eye out for, guys like CJ Moore, guys like Matt Nelson, Chris Jones, the cornerback there, especially if Michael Ford comes back onto the roster. So just some players to keep an eye out for there that could be, potentially released or moved or whatever it may be. But as of now, I will keep you guys updated. But Jaron Kearse is back in practice. So, whoa, that's some good news. Thank you for watching. And you kidding me right now? I had to put my helmet on for this one. Are you kidding? Look at this. Look at all these members. What? Yo, hey, shout out to all the members, man. Look how many All-Pro members there are. Like, literally, it's the whole screen, dog. This is crazy. The patrons, of course, the Hall of Fame members, man. Y'all got the gold color. It's kind of yellow, but it's supposed to be gold. Shout out to all the members, man. If you want to be a part of this, all you got to do is join the channel. But there are perks that come with it. Stay locked in the community tab if you are a member, because that's where a lot of information comes out. I appreciate all of you. What?